Hello friends, now welcome back. Now let us discuss this concept of what is the abstract class. We understand the abstract class. What is abstract class? A class which is a base class, but it is derived for the derivation reason. You cannot create the instance of it. And one method at least, it may have many methods of abstract type, but at least one method should be of abstract type, and then it may consist many another methods of defined types over there. So you have to create the current class and get it derived from the abstract class, and then while performing such kind of inheritance, while deriving it from the abstract class, you have to compulsory override. You have to compulsory override the abstract methods given in the abstract class, and then the object of derived can refer to its own methods, right? Or like refer to its own overridden methods, as well as refer to the methods belong to the abstract class over there. Let's take one example on it. Demonstrating abstract class. Java.util.star. As I am going to demonstrate the abstraction, so first of all I will be creating a public abstract class called my abstract base, and public abstract class my abstract base, and I'll be writing a method public void f1, and as I said, like public void f2 and public void f3. I'm just like writing a demonstrative methods, and here I'm writing system.out.println and in defined method of abstract base, right? And a single manner abstract base, let's say the method name is f2, and then I'm in defined method of abstract base f3 is a method. Now my abstract class definition is over. What I said in the abstract class, a class which is defined for a derivation, not for instantiation, right? So it should consist at least one method. Again I am saying it may consist more than one methods of abstract type, or just define a prototype type. So whichever the class, public class my derived extends this my abstract base, means abstract class need to be compulsory extended. So this, as we establish a relationship between my derived and my abstract base, so whatever the, first of all, the first thing is whatever the abstract methods defined in my abstract base need to be override. So what the abstract method we have, that is f1, so you need to compulsory override this, right? And then system.out.println and in overrided f1. What is overriding means? By referring to the grammar prescribed in the base, we are redefining it by the same grammar but different definition in the, or by using the grammar of a base we can redefine it in my current class is called as overriding. We already discussed about overriding twisting method in previous examples. Now my derived class is extending from my abstract base. It consists the abstract method f1. So I'm writing overriding you are writing f1, and then this abstract class having its own method as well, right? It's quite possible that abstract class having its own method available over there. So I'll be writing system.out. System.out.println, I mean derive class f4, right? Now up till now what we studied, we have an abstract class which consists abstract method and defined methods as well. Means f1 is the abstract method and f2 and f3 are the defined methods. I extended my my derive class from the my abstract base, and so I need to override compulsory the method f1, and then it may consist its own method. Now I am having a test class in the PSVM. What I'm trying to demonstrate, that is the inheritance using abstract class. So first of all, I need to create the object of my derive. MD equals to new my derive. I create the instance of, try and understand that you cannot create the instance of my abstract base because it's an abstract class. So you need to create the instance of my derive, right? So the properties belongs to the the abstract method. Actually f1 was available in my abstract base, but as I redefine it in a my derive, an override method can be called. So md.f1 you can call it, md.f2. f2 was a defined methods in the base, that you also can able to call it. md.f3, that you can also call it. And there is a f4 method belongs to it's the derived class itself, that also you can able to call it. Means here in this case I am having an abstract class which consists abstract and defined methods over there. You cannot create the object of abstract class because abstract class is made for derivation reasons. So whichever of the class extending this abstract class need to override the method firstly, whatever the abstract methods belongs to the abstract class, and then it may have its own methods. So here in this case we prove that particular point, that abstract class are actually made for the derivations, right? And then you can, by using the object of a derived class, you can refer to the methods belong to the its own class, as well as the overriding method also you can be able to give a call to, as well as you can refer the methods defined methods of the abstract class as well. Let's test this code. I'm going to save it by the test.java. It may be prior available, but anyway, no issues. And then we go to the CMD. Java test, Java test.java, and okay. Class, my abstract class is public, should be declared in a file. Okay, I'll just overcome this errors over there. Okay, so I cross check the errors over there. First thing is that you define a class, abstract class, as a public. So now why we as we discussed prior, that there are three types of class modifiers: abstract class, final class, and public and private class. So what he's saying, don't as you are implementing the class, in the same package or same program, so don't define as a public type. So I define abstract class, my abstract, and then this f1 method you just write without abstract keyword. Actually abstract is a keyword modifier, as abstract is a method modifier as well. Here abstract keyword is useful for class modifier, and here abstract keyword is useful for method modifier. So as f1 method is abstract method, so you need to write the without just like writing abstract keyword, you can't write it, because if you write the public void f1, so this method belongs to, and this may be considered, compiler will be considered this method as a define method also. So you have to write the abstract keyword over public abstract void f1. So this method become abstract method, and then the rest is this method f1 method belongs to the my abstract base over there. You can override it, and abstract method need to be overridden. And then if you compile the code, okay, you compile the code java test.java, right, and java test, then whatever we are expecting, that result we will get it over here. Okay, so first of all you will get, I am in overrided f1. f1 was a method belongs to the my abstract base, so you override it over here. I am in define method of f2. As I said, f2 and f3 methods were actually belongs to the my abstract base, but by using the object of my derive you can refer to the methods as well. And I am in derive f4. You can have your own methods in the my derive as well. This is the way how we can able to prove that point, that what is abstract class. Here we learned the first sessions what is abstract class, and like whenever we are saying it's an abstract class, it is made for derivations, so it should consist at least one abstract method and many defined methods as well. And then you have a derived class which extended from my abstracts, and you have to override the methods, and then you have to perform all this. It may have its own methods, and then you create the object of a derive and give a call to it, right? Now after understanding the abstract class, let us discuss about interface, right? So what is interface? Actually, interface provides you set of abstract methods, right? Means abstract class at least one abstract method, but may consist defined methods as well. But in case of interface, every method, means like all methods of abstract type, it provides grammar only to implementing class. Means actually abstract class need to be extended and the interface need to be implemented, right? So what is the main basic difference between the abstract class and the interface? Abstract class consists defined as well as declared methods, means abstract methods as well as defined methods, but interface consists only grammatical methods, or only abstract methods which you need to compulsorily overridden in the current class. Let us test it by one example. Demonstrating interface, right? So I'll be developing design an interface. Maybe my is an interface, and it gives you the abstract methods: public void public abstract void f1, public void abstract f2, public void abstract f3, public void abstract f4. Because every method in an interface is of abstract type. It won't consider the defined methods. So class test interface right? Class test interface. It cannot extend it. Implements this interface, right? And then it has to compulsory override all those methods. Overrided F1, right? You can give a comment. Overriding all the interface provided abstract methods. So you need to compulsory override the things over here. So public void F1, public void F2. I'm just writing the demonstrative code, so I mean overrided F2, F3, F4. I'm overriding all the possible abstract methods provided by that interface. And then in the test class, or you can say my test class, we can create the object of, obviously there is no point to create the object of my interface is not a class, so you can't get the object of it. Test interface ti equals to new test interface, and then ti.f1, you give a call to the implemented method, and then in this manner you can give a repeat call like f2, f3 and f4, right? So what the point we proved over here, that what is exactly interface? Interface is a collection of abstract methods, whichever the class, means it provides only the grammar, whichever the class implementing this interface need to be compulsory override all those methods, and then the object belong to that class can give refer to its method. Let's test this code. Now just go Java and Java my test. Oh, what is saying? I cannot find the symbol F1. Okay, right, this way. Public void F1, public void F2 and all that. So test interface implement this thing, public void F1, public void F2, F3 and F4. Okay, T1 dot ti, sorry, it's not T1, it's a ti, right? The object is ti, that's why the error is, and you recompile it again. Okay, and Java my test, it was a spelling error, it was a TL, it's a ti. Java my test, you'll get override F1, F2, F3, F4. It means we understand the logic that abstract means like the interface consists only all abstract methods, which you need to, means abstract class need to be extended and interface need to be implemented, and then whatever the interface abstract methods provided by the interface, you need to compulsory override in the current class, and by using the object of that you can give a call to that all the methods. Now the point is, what is actually the difference between abstract class and interface? First basic difference is abstract class is a class It means it may consist abstract methods and defined methods. Interface provides only grammar. Abstract class is derived for the derivation, and interface is actually provided for the implementation reason. This is the initial difference between the abstract class and the interface over there. Hope you understand this concept. 1 and